Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Mila, and if you're new here, I do a lot of fragrance reviews. I'm gonna be venturing into maybe some nail care, some skin care, some makeup, I don't know, hair care, whatever comes to mind. But today I'm gonna be sampling 12 Middle Eastern fragrances, and I'm gonna be letting you guys know if I think it's worth the full 100 milliliter bottle. And a little spoiler, I already ordered some, so I will be revealing which ones I already have. First up, we have Lattafa Mayar. I'll put it up here somewhere. And this one has, I'm looking down because I'm looking at the notes. It has top notes of lychee, raspberry, and violet leaf. Middle notes of white rose, peony, and jasmine. And base notes of musk and vanilla. First sniff, I definitely get the lychee and raspberry. It's a very fresh, uplifting scent. I think this would be a really good summertime scent. For some reason, it really reminded me of passion fruit. And I think that's just like the combination of the top notes, like that sweet raspberry and the tart lychee. After it's dried for a little bit, I do smell the violet leaf as well. Very subtle. If you don't like violet leaf, I wouldn't say this is a very, very strong violet leaf. The peony honestly softens it. It makes it a really fresh summertime fragrance. Jasmine in here is also not super overpowering. So two notes that made me nervous were violet leaf and jasmine. Jasmine's hit or miss for me. It just brings a little complexity to the fragrance without it being like a main star. It's not at all one of the initial notes you pick up. Yeah, so that's Mayar. Very nice. Kind of clean, fruity, floral. Very, I would even describe this as slightly tropical. Good summertime. This is one I would wear in the summertime. I don't know if I need to bottle this. It smells nice. I just don't think out of all my fragrances I need to add this to my collection. All right, so up next we have Musamam White Intense. It's also by Lattafa. Lattafa is pretty present in this video. Ooh. Oh, that's nice. I do remember smelling this one before, and it was on my like top maybe. So we have the spices, bergamot, and orange on the top. Spices honestly grounds it from being too citrusy. And then in the middle we have coconut, ylang ylang, and broxton. And then in the base we have sandalwood, musk, and benzoin. This is also, I would say, spring summer fragrance because it's very uplifting, but the sandalwood makes it like an interesting summertime fragrance. I would wear this in the summertime. I would maybe even wear this in the spring. I don't think I would wear this in the fall. I think it's too happy of a scent. Well-rounded. It has the citrus, it has the sandalwood that grounds it, and it has the spices that brings a little complexity. But it's not something you have to try to understand. It's just, I would say this is a really like mass appealing fragrance. It's not very challenging. Very good. All right, so we have top of apple and grapes. It looks like it's red grapes. Green apple, red grapes. Middle of white woods, iris, and patchouli. Base notes of caramel, amber, suede, musk, and Peru balsam. So this fragrance to me, I hate saying this, but it honestly just smells like a really luxurious body spray. Doesn't smell amazing, doesn't smell bad. And it's interesting because of all the reviews I see, this fragrance is like super, super highly rated, and I'm sure like people like it. It's a good scent, and honestly, I have a bottle. I blind bought this before my samples arrived because there was just like a really good, I think it was a President's Day sale that just passed on Joma Shop, and I just fell victim to buying it, honestly. I was like, oh, sale, I'm probably gonna like it. I like the notes, and and by the reviews, I was like sold on it. I don't need this. Like, I honestly don't need this fragrance. It's an easy reach. It's just not interesting enough for me. I haven't had it for super long. Like I said, I just got it during the President's Day sale. So maybe if I let it macerate, it'll get deeper and more luxurious. It's just kind of, it's missing something for me. So unfortunately for me, that one's definitely gonna be a no, even though I have a bottle. Moving on to Lattafa Pride, the Pride collection, Peace and Love. Oh my God. I don't know if you could tell by my reaction. I'm obsessed with this fragrance. It is so unisex. First time I smelled it, I honestly thought it might be a little too unisex for me, but this is so good. I do know this is a dupe for the Dries Van Noten Soie Malachi, I believe is what it's called. I personally have not smelled this. If anyone's interested in me comparing the two side by side, I'd be more than happy to do that. Just let me know down below. But this is such a gorgeous fragrance, like such a gorgeous fragrance. Even my mom, who is a tough critic, when I went to give her a hug, she was like, "What are you wearing? That smells really good." And she does not really like unisex fragrances. Like, she's like jasmine, lavender. What else does she like? Gardenia. She likes jasmine, lavender, gardenia. If I'm wearing anything else, she's like, "That doesn't smell good." Every time. But yeah, this is really, really good. And this is a bottle I would easily share with my partner. I could see him wearing this. I don't think this is a very young fragrance though. I wouldn't see someone who's like 18, 20 really wearing it. Of course, anyone can wear anything they like. Like, there's no age restriction or anything, but I do think it's a more elegant, sophisticated fragrance. It just smells so grown up, so mature, so put together and ready. And So it has almond, blackcurrant, and bergamot on the top notes. Definitely pick up a lot of the bergamot, a lot of the blackcurrant, and the almond makes it a little softer without it being like too citrusy. In the middle we have rose and tuberose. And the base we have sandalwood, vanilla, and heliotrope. So good. Like, if you have not smelled this, I would just suggest a sample. Just smell a sample of this. I order most of my samples online anyways. I think I got this on Hidden Scent. I think I got this from hiddensamples.com. I ordered it and it arrived in, I want to say like a week, and it came from Spain. So I really liked this experience. So I paid for 11 samples. The 12th one came free. This wasn't because I ordered them by any means. It was just the promo they were having. If you ordered samples, you got to add this one for free. So this one's Hayati Gold Elixir. Yeah, this one's a really masculine scent. I don't know what it's duping. It smells really good. So at the top, it has bergamot, grapefruit, and cassis. Middle notes are leather. Oh, now that I said leather, I pick up on the leather. And it's a soft leather. Like, you know it's there, but it's not like an overwhelming leather by any means. It has peach and saffron also in the middle. So it has the leather, peach, and saffron in the middle. Base notes, vanilla, amber, musk, and vetiver. Super masculine. I can't really see a woman easily wearing this unless she really likes masculine leaning fragrances, which is totally fine. Wear whatever you want, wear whatever makes you happy. But this is a really good fragrance. I'm honestly, I've only been holding on to the sample so I can include it in this review, but I'm giving this to my fiance because this smells really good. All right, so I'm moving on to two really, really hyped ones. So I've already smelled these before, so we shall see if I still feel the same way I did prior. This is Lattafa Khamrah. This does not smell bad. It does smell good. So it almost smells like a cinnamon gum to me. Like one of those like red hot gums. I think that's what they were called. It has top notes of cinnamon, nutmeg, bergamot, middle notes of dates, praline, mahonial, and tuberose. And base notes of vanilla, tonka bean, amberwood, myrrh, benzoin, and akigala wood. In theory, I should love this. I don't hate it. I know it's a dupe for Angel Share by Killian. I don't really like that fragrance, so you know, that should kind of tell you where I fall with it. Unfortunately, since I don't like Angel Share, then I wouldn't really like the Khamrah one. It does remind me a lot of Angel Share though. I don't believe I have a sample of that anymore. I think I used it up just like honestly sniffing it, trying to see if I liked it or not. But it's one of those fragrances that I think smells good. I just don't want to smell like it. All right, so moving on to Khamrah Qahwa. So this to me, it's a lot sharper. It is slightly more masculine. I do think they're both unisex, but this one leans more masculine. It's also not for me. I think Khamrah is more for me than Khamrah Qahwa is, but nevertheless, the top notes are cinnamon, cardamom, and ginger. Middle notes are praline, candied fruits, white flowers, and the base notes are vanilla, coffee, tonka bean, benzoin, and musk. So they just mostly added the coffee in this. The dry down is a little softer. I think the cardamom was way too heavy for me in the initial spray. The cardamom does soften while it's drying down. It's still not for me. Khamrah's more for me, and I'm already not getting that one. So I do see a lot of people liking Khamrah and Khamrah Qahwa. I do get why they're hyped. It just doesn't call out to me. Like that scent profile in theory is something I like. It just Angel Share doesn't call out to me. That'll be new. Okay, so moving on, I have Blooming Bliss by Afnan under the Souvenir line. And I do have a soft spot for this line because Afnan Souvenir Floral Bouquet was honestly what got me into Middle Eastern fragrances. And I told that story in one of my first 2 videos. I think it was the second one. I had really high hopes for this one. Unfortunately, I just don't think it's that interesting. It's a lot softer than the other one. The lasting power is really nice. It's just not as loud. I did wear this one time and I enjoyed wearing it. I don't need a bottle of it, if I'm being completely honest. It's supposed to be a dupe for Matière Première Vanilla Powder. I do remember smelling that one a while ago. I think this is a really easy reach for a lot of people. It could even be a signature scent. It's almost even like a skin scent. It stays like kind of a little bubble around you. It doesn't project too far. It's not offensive. It's not going to scare anyone off. Just a nice, pleasant fragrance. So the top notes are vanilla. Middle notes are coconut, palo santo, and caramel. Base notes are white musk and sandalwood. I might be changing my mind. The more I smell this, the better it gets. The thing that's really hard about smelling samples is you could be really impressed by something, but then if you compare it to like all the other fragrances you have, you might not reach for it. And that's what I'm afraid of with this fragrance. I think it smells really good. It's really light and delicate. The lasting power is good. I'm not gonna knock it for the lasting power. It just doesn't project far. Yeah, unfortunately, I just don't think I'm gonna be picking up a bottle. I do really like it, but nevertheless, a really great scent. Okay, so moving on, this is Tharwah Gold. Another Lattafa fragrance. I swear to God, I'm not intentionally picking Lattafa. It was just fragrances I was really interested in. Okay, this one's interesting because this is less impressive than it was the first time I smelled it. The first time I smelled it, I was in my car. I had just gotten home and I opened my package in the car because I was just so excited to smell them all. And I was the most impressed by this one, interestingly enough. Like this was the one that I was like, I'm so excited to review this fragrance. This is gonna make it into the must-haves. But now I don't want it. Top notes are lavender and bergamot. Middle notes are orange blossom and Egyptian jasmine. And base notes are vanilla, amber, and vetiver. This smells like a lavender lover's dream. It is so well-rounded. It is fresh and floral and feminine and inviting. Like it's just such a well-rounded fragrance, but I don't think I would enjoy wearing this for more than like 20 minutes. I'd get over it really quickly. And that does happen to me with jasmine and lavender. Those are two notes that I enjoy. Like I love smelling jasmine. I love smelling lavender. But if it's on me for too long, I like get annoyed. I did spray this and after 30 minutes, I was like, I need to wash this off. So it's just not for me. Okay, so moving on to Swiss Arabian Oud Tonka. I have a very odd but interesting, I think, note about this one. Okay, listen up for this one because this is probably like the weirdest review you're ever going to hear about this fragrance. I haven't heard anyone talk about this, but this is what came to mind the first time I smelled it. So we got a top note of almond, middle note of Tunisian orange blossom, cinnamon, and Turkish rose, base note of tonka bean, vanilla, and amberwood. I would say that describes it well. But have you ever gone to like a public bathroom or a mall bathroom and they have that almond soap, like the classic almond soap? And have you sniffed your hands after that? That's what this smells like. I'm not even joking. And that smells good. Don't get me wrong, it smells good. But that's what this smells like. I like the scent. I'm not gonna get a bottle just because I have that association in my head. I can't stop thinking about bathroom soap. Definitely no oud. It's one of the Swiss Arabian ones that I know it has like all the ouds, but it's not an oud heavy fragrance. That's all I'm gonna say. You guys let me know down below if you smelled this and if it smells like what I just described. Okay, so moving on to Lattafa Ajwad. If you smelled Mancera's Roses Vanille, spot on dupe. If you really like that fragrance, spot on dupe. First time I smelled it, I was impressed by it. I never bought a bottle just because this has almost like a metallic vibe, and that's what threw me off a little bit. I thought it was so interesting at first, but okay, so last but not least is Sehr by Lattafa. Shocking. I've been going back and forth with this one quite a bit. I'm not gonna lie, I am struggling between whether I'm gonna get it or not. So the notes are top notes of bitter almond, cinnamon, middle notes of akigala wood, pomerose, and jasmine, and base notes of vanilla, tonka bean, and amber. The selling factor for this, I think, is the bitter almond. I have heard this is a dupe for, I think, BDK's Velvet Tonka, if I'm not mistaken. And since I'm going back and forth, I'm not 100% sold. I'm just gonna have to see. It's kind of gonna have to be like Nebris for me, even though Nebris, I kind of came to the conclusion I don't really want it. This one's gonna be most likely a no. I might circle back to it. I might become interested in it, but it's not calling out to me today. Okay, so which are the winners out of all these 12 samples? Which ones would I get a full size bottle of? To start off, the best one, Lattafa Peace and Love. It is so amazing. I highly recommend this one. It might not be everyone's cup of tea. I could see a lot of people liking this, but again, if you really gravitate towards feminine fragrances, you won't really like this. It's strongly unisex, but in the best way possible. And I don't personally love unisex fragrances all the time. Also, I'm already down to here. Like, I know that's not a huge dent, but like right here, I've been wearing this nonstop. It's only been like a week. So the other one that is a complete hit for me is the Hayati Gold Elixir. Not for me personally, but for my partner. I do think this is a great fragrance. I'm gonna have him smell this though first before I buy him a bottle, but I do think this is worth a sniff, especially if you love very masculine leaning fragrances. It's just an easy reach. Okay, and the last one, I do think, I'm just gonna re-smell it again. And the last one is Musamam White. This one is slightly more feminine than Peace and Love. At first, honestly, when I first smelled both of these, I thought I had to pick between one of the two because they were very similar. I am adding this one to my wish list. All right, so Musamam White is my third fragrance. Real quick before you guys go, if you watch my Bianco Latte versus Eclair video, don't get Eclair yet. Please, just wait. I have another video coming up. And I'm going to be talking about another fragrance that I think will really be worth your while. So stay tuned for that. Comment down below if you know what fragrance I'm talking about. And until next time, make sure to subscribe. Bye guys.